Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Tonight, we're going to talk about my cozy night routine. Guys, I don't have a special good night routine every night, but what I do is I go to bed happy, I go to bed healthy, I go to bed feeling good, and I go to bed feeling tired. Mostly my wind down, like I get up in the morning gearing towards my good night. And by that I mean I make sure I have a good day. Now, a good you could go through ups and downs in a day and still have a good night, but I try to focus on having a very good day so I can have a great night. I try to have a very productive day so I can have a great night. Mostly before I go to bed, I like to kind of watch my pastor. He's on nightly. His name is Jonathan Shuttlesworth, if you're interested in looking him up. Or if you want to stop by my Christian group on Only Believe in One, like the thumbnail says, find me on Facebook. It's all one word. That being said, we are now also on Discord. So Only Believe in One, look me up, one word on Discord. All right, guys. Now, I am generally a happy person, which means I have a great good night. I love talking to my boys before I go to bed. I like talking to my husband when he's on his way out the door because in other videos I explained to you guys my husband works overnights and I have a son that works during the day and then two that are at home with me while they're looking for work. But that being said, right now I'm sitting here. Day is quiet. The weather is cloudy with a little bit of rain. I've had a good breakfast. My pups are sleeping for the moment. Now, you've seen videos where they're not, but at the moment they're sleeping. And even when they're not, it's still a great day for me. And that leads up to a great night. Now, on my way going to bed, there are a few things that I do, like I put on some night cream here I have, and I'm not promoting anybody, so and my videos aren't monetized as of yet, but I put on my face cream and I do the leave-in conditioner, but again, I don't know how much of this I can show because I am not sponsored by any of these people. And then behind me, you'll see me reaching back here. I have hair bonnets. So I like to protect my beautiful locks. And so, that being said, that leads all up from the day going into a good evening. And so, that's pretty much if you have a good day, if you set your day up to have a good night, then you'll have a good night. But if you set your night up to have a good day, so it's all about setting things up in order for the next step. So when you finish the next that step, you prepare for the step coming. So like this morning, I last night. Let's start with the last of what you're doing. My good night routine pretty much consists of me wrapping up my day and getting ready for my next day. And my movements are always smooth and they are always flowing because I will end one step by setting up for the next. So before I go to bed, my youngest will prep the coffee pot. He'll wash the dishes so the kitchen is clean. The coffee pot's ready to go. Now, I'll have my whatever I want to put on. If I want to wear my sweatpants while I'm sitting here, then I'll have my sweatpants sitting on my desk with my socks sitting next to it. And so you end one step by getting ready for the next. So then in the morning, I will prep for lunch. And after lunch, I will prep for my evening. So right now in my world it is 1:23 and I'm pretty much just sitting here and I'm comfortably sitting here. I have No, nothing to do except make this video and watch the movie I'm watching. And because I don't have anything to do in this time span, I can make this video because I have taken the steps to cozy up my night, which frees up my day and cozies up my day. So when I go to bed at night, I love to have a nice warm blanket. So my heating blanket, some people might cover up with it, but mine lays across my mattress. So the way it goes is I have my mattress topper, my heating blanket, and then my bed sheet goes over the heating blanket because I don't want that on my bare skin. And then when I go to bed, then the heat rises from the bottom instead of from the top down. It comes from the bottom up. And so I stay very much warm. And sometimes, even in the summer, when I have that bedroom air condition on, I will run that heat because I like to snuggle up and be cozy. But as far as good night routine, I pretty much watch a movie, talk to people, I just have a smooth night. And the smoothest thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do for a restful night's sleep is to cut off, end your day about an hour before you go to bed. You don't want to go to bed hyped up, hyper, your mind going racing 90 miles a minute. You don't want that. You really basically you just kind of want to wind down. And the way I wind down is by watching my pastor. Like I won't put a movie on TV because I don't want my mind thinking about, being ramped up with what's going on in the movie, who did what, where it went, blah, blah, blah. So basically, I will be I'm taking in the word of the Lord, and that helps me calm down, that helps me to focus. And then that's what I'm doing before I'm going to bed. So, that being said, um, I can pretty much just get ready and go to bed. Now, occasionally, I do flip through Facebook to see what's going on while I'm in bed, but I don't watch crazy. So if you don't want your mind racing before you go to bed, don't watch crazy. Don't watch crazy. Don't interact in crazy. Don't think about schoolwork. Don't think about your job work. Don't think about, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to wind your day down, then you want to do things that are coming to an end. You want to have that cutoff point, and you definitely want to have that cutoff time. Now, my time is 11. I'm not staying up past unless I'm out and like I absolutely have to. And I understand sometimes you have to, but on a regular, I don't. On a regular, I my husband's out the door by 10:15 at the latest. I might sit at my computer and like finish something or play a game of Yahtzee or and that helps too. If you're really trying to like wind way down your day, play a game of something that's not real interactive and something that you can walk away from and something that's not going to upset you, something that's not going to stimulate you or overstimulate you or hype you or any of that. And then you also don't want to take in things that are going to keep you up like candy, caffeine, sugar, things of that nature. So if if things are easily uh, keeping your mind and your body going, then you don't want to do those things. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem. I can drink a coffee, I can drink a soda, I can drink a tea and go right to bed. And it's always been like that for me. I can use the energy from caffeine to get me through the day, or at the end of the day, I can wind off a soda and still go to bed no problem. So it just depends on you and how those things work for you. I don't engage in anything that's gonna keep my interest once I go to bed. Like I don't put a movie on in the background. I don't put music on in the background. I do like background noise, and I that just comes from my entire childhood. I've never liked quiet. So in the background, I will play my pastor preaching or a Sunday service. So I put on things that are inspirational, but I put it low, and or I'll play a live reading of the Bible, and it makes it real easy to go to sleep to those kind of things. And so, that being said, it's nothing I have to interact with. Nothing that I have to, ooh, who did it? Ooh, who's doing what? Ooh, who's where? I don't have to, it's not like a movie that I have to try to keep up with. And so I can fall asleep peacefully and rest on that. 9 out of 10, if I'm playing my pastor in the background, then it's probably the Sunday service that I've already seen, or it's probably uh, uh, one of his YouTube recordings that I've already seen, and so I don't really have to engage in that. And so that kind of stuff makes it easy too. When you're trying to go to sleep, you never want to have something in the background that you have to engage in, or that you tries to make you want to keep up with it. It's always stuff that you want to let go of, and is stuff that you can let go of, and stuff that you can pretty much just kind of, you know, fall asleep to it, because you don't have to keep up, you don't have to engage, you don't have to wonder who's doing what, what's the plot twist, where it's going. It doesn't all of a sudden get loud or anything like that. And so that's the best kind of stuff to watch. And so, that being said, now you want to be careful on the kind of foods that you take in. So we've discussed taking in things you watch on TV, but now when it comes to, you don't want to take in candies, you don't want to take in ice creams, you don't want to take in sugary drinks, because all that will interact with what's going on. And that will keep you up, and that will keep your mind, racing and things of that nature. Now, if you have a journal, and that could be part of your good night routine, or you could just kind of jot down things, or if it's a I just downloaded what's the name of it, it's called Ash, and well, Ash I think is for a mental illness thing, but or not mental illness but mental wellness. So, but I haven't really got a chance to investigate that one, so I'm not sure. But Untold is a journal diary, and it's a voice recording, so you don't have to type. You can just kind of lay there and talk, but it's a journal. And so, if that will help you end your day, then you want to do things at a certain time that are just cutoff points to your day. And you want to just have a moment where, okay, this is done. This signifies my day is done. There's nothing in you that says I have to go further, I have to push on, I have to do more, I have to keep going. There are certain things that you can do that will signal your mind and your body into knowing that this is the end of your day. This is the end of I'm gone. So, like with me, my cutoff day, the end of my day is I'm sitting in the bed. I'm getting ready. I'm not taking in any more cold drinks or sodas. I'm not taking in any sugar. None of that. Now, I every now and then I will have a peppermint, Well, most nights I will have a peppermint because my baby girl, which is my dog, loves her peppermint before she goes to bed. So me and her will have a peppermint, but those aren't really high in sugar. What you don't want to do is sit around having a candy bar. You don't want to have a candy bar. You don't want to have a cookie. Now, there's nothing wrong with having those things, prior to this is the end of your day. But like I said, my good night time, my absolute, I'm laying down, my absolute end of the day is 11 o'clock, unless there's an emergency of some sort. But 90% of the time, I'm going to bed at 11 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, at 9:30, at 9:30, I start my absolute wind down. So if I'm going to take any night meds, like if I'm having a backache or a headache, or if I'm going to take an Advil PM, 9:30 is when I want to take it. So that by 10 o'clock, I am drinking no more soda. I am drinking nothing with caffeine in it, even though that doesn't really keep me up. Like I said before, it doesn't really keep me up, but I'm not going to keep ingesting it because I don't want to overstimulate my body, because I'm signaling at this time to my mind and to my body that we are shutting down. We are going to bed. And so I will stop engaging in my group activities on Facebook or on Discord. I will stop engaging in movies or things that are going to cause me to, interact and keep up with what's going on. Um, I will start telling the people around me good night. And that's what, we will stop engaging in conversation because they're getting ready for bed at that time too. I will start winding my pups down so that they know it's bedtime. And so baby girl sleeps with me, and then the puppers, baby boy, sleeps in the boys' room. So they start to understand that, okay, we're getting ready for a good night. This is not nap time. This is, we're going to bed for a minute, you know. And so they understand that. And everybody's kind of getting that, you know, that good night routine going on where, okay, you know, you dress a certain way, you do your hair a certain way. Like for me, when it comes to my hair, now, like I said, I'll put the leave-in conditioner in, I'll brush my hair completely up, and then I put on my bonnet and I'm outster. I put my bonnet on, and that's good night. You know, I'm outster for that one. So I I kind of have a routine. I guess I didn't realize it was a routine. I kind of pamper myself, but not really. Um, because like I said, I do the face stuff and I do the hair stuff, and then baby girl and me both get a good night peppermint, and so things of that nature. We if it's a cold night or if the room's cold because of the air conditioner, I will go in a few minutes early and turn on the heating blanket so that the bed's warm for me and puppers. So we do have pretty good night signals to each other. They know when it's time for them to get their good night outside potty on. They like to sometimes try to get two or three in because they like to go out there and play for the most part. But there's ways that your mind won't keep you up and you won't miss out on sleep. Your mind won't be racing. You can start signaling your body and your mind that, okay, it's shut off time. It's not time to think about what you did during the day. It's not time to think about who called you, who said what to you at work. It's not time for that. It's literally time to stop all that And I can tell you that change what you're watching on TV, or absolutely change, cut the music off. You don't need music when you're winding down to go to bed. So cut the music off, change what you're watching on TV because you don't want to be interacting with it. Stop answering the phone, stop answering text. You have to start signaling to your mind and your body that this is a cut off time. This is cut off space. This is what we're doing, and this is how we're doing it. So, that being said, don't watch something that you're going to have to interact with, keep up with, try to figure out who do what, where, and when. Stop answering the phone, stop answering text, stop you know, stop eating and drinking certain things, and you'll have a good night, guys. I sleep good. I sleep good. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this one up because we're hitting that time slot, and my nose is itchy. I don't know what's going on, but probably had a little too much sea salt because I'm allergic. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. I love you with the love of the Lord. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways, whatever makes you happy. Thanks for stopping by. Again, look me up, Only Believe in One, on Facebook, as well as we are now on Discord. I hope to see you in the next one. And above all, I hope you have a good night's sleep tonight.